Welcome to Real Estate in Real Time. I'm your host, Woody Zimmerman, here with Mark Skabowski of Remax Lakes, and welcome to the show.
Here we are. Good morning.
Good morning. You got a market update for us.
We got a market update. We try to do, year-to-date stats. We need to wait till a month is closed out, and I know August seems like forever ago, right?
I know, it does.
We're 3/4 of the way through September almost.
Yeah, I know.
And we're talking about August, but August, the trend has continued. Let's call that the theme of the show. A couple of weeks ago we did the 10 Commandments of home buying. Well, guess what? The theme of the show is it continues. Mm-hmm. The hot real estate market continues. I think we've leveled a bit. I would like to think we are, but man, these numbers are amazing. They're just amazing. So, let's jump right into them. So for the county. And again, this is year over year. There is an 8% increase in the number of homes sold year over year. This is in the county.
Yeah, so an 8% increase, and that's coming off of last year. That was like a
phenomenal.
Record. Yeah, just a record year.
Phenomenal. The volume sold year over year up 25% for the county.
Wow.
Now, why is that? Well, here's why. Because the average sales price in the county is up 16%. The median sales price is up 13%.
Wow.
Right? So we always talk about median, average, what's the number to look at? Statisticians like median because it takes, outliers out. It takes those statistical outliers, the things were really high, really low, brings them all together. So the median sales price increased 13% year over year. So we're up 8% in numbers sold, 13% in the median price sold. It's no surprise that the volume sold is up 25%. Now that's in the county. Warsaw, the zip code we do to kind of pull the lakes out, that's the higher population center for the county.
Correct.
Numbers sold up 9% year over year.
Wow, that's still amazing.
Yes, I'm speechless. That doesn't happen very often.
No, it does.
Talk to anybody who knows me.
Right.
Mark never shuts up. So just talk to me.
Yeah.
Volume sold up 30%.
Wow.
The average sales price, 19% increase year over year. And the median sales price reflects the county, 14% year over year. So the median sales price last year was $175,000 in the Warsaw market last year. This year, the median sales price, $199,900.
Wow.
$200,000 is essentially the median sales price in the zip code 46580 for January 1st through August 31st.
Now, we were talking off the air about, say, first-time home buyers. It used to be that the average price in Warsaw was about $165 or so.
$165, year to year to year. I used to present at Rotary, and I would put the stats up, and it'd show a 3 to 4% increase year over year.
Yeah.
And, I've been doing this a long time now.
Yeah.
So, the data has obviously changed, right? Years ago, you could buy a $89,000 house that was actually a fairly nice house.
Yeah.
Now, $89,000 doesn't get you a whole lot.
No, it doesn't.
It just doesn't.
My first house was $82,000.
Yeah.
I thought I overspent. I was starting to have regrets about it. But now $82,000, it's
just not going to buy much with that kind of money. So it's really tough for a first-time home buyer to go out and spend $200K to buy a house. Again, your first home was 80-some thousand. My first home, 85,000. We turned around and sold it in a few years for 107,000, and then bought a 200,000. Now this is back in the 90s, and we're now again it's a different market. The Detroit marketplace versus here, totally different. But just to think about that, I was spending that 20-some years ago for a pretty nice home. That home that I had bought back in the 90s now would be $450,000 here.
Right.
It'd double. It's amazing where we're at.
Yeah.
So, the average first-time home buyer, you're going to pay more than what you probably should to buy a house right now. And it's a constant recurring thing for me when I talk to buyers. I'm like, look, are you really sure you want to buy right now? This is a sales guy saying that, because you are probably paying more than what you would like to pay for the property. The market is crazy right now.
Well, you're just being honest, because
Trying to be.
It's a seller's market.
It truly is. And, if you overpay today, and this goes back to our ongoing what's your why, if you buy today and you have to sell next year, and there's been a correction of any kind, you're going to be upside down on that home. Meaning, when I say upside down, you're probably not going to sell it for what you got into it. When all the fees and stuff that go along with it, that's going to be the problem. Years ago, we'd see 3 to 4% price appreciation. You could say, hey, you're in a good spot, go ahead and buy it. So why am I not saying that now? Because this is all unprecedented. When you're seeing 10 and 15% year over year, that's craziness. It's craziness. It is not sustainable.
Not trying to be Nostradamus. I mean, we can't predict what's going to happen a year from now.
Right.
But what we do know is that that the higher prices come from basically having a lower interest rate, because money is cheap.
Money is extremely inexpensive right now.
Yeah, it is. But if that starts going up, then these prices have to level out at some point.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And that's why I'm saying, if you're going to buy, don't do it on a short term. Make it a longer term thought process.
Yeah, okay. All right. More on the market update. And we also have some other financial questions that we'll go over. Coming up, you're listening to Real Estate in Real Time. You're listening to Real Estate in Real Time. I'm your host, Woody Zimmerman, here with Mark Skabowski of RE/MAX Lakes, and we're talking about the market update. These numbers are just incredible.
They are just incredible, and they'll continue. So let's break it down a little bit more.
Okay.
We always talk about the 3-bedroom home. That's a standard, first-time home buyer. A majority of the properties in the county, 3-bedroom homes. So the average days on market in the county is 25 days on market.
That's just incredible.
In the county, 25 days. In Warsaw, it's 29 days. Oh, some relief. Right? But what does that mean? So let's jump back to the county. 25 days on market. The average sales price, or sales list to sale ratio, is 100.25%, meaning the average 3-bedroom home in the county is selling for more than list price.
Yeah. So that's a multiple offer situation.
Absolutely.
Pretty much every single time.
Absolutely. A majority of the deals are going to be multiple offer situations. And I've had people ask me, well, where do you think we should start? Well, back in the day, we were 5% off a list price, 7% off a list price. I've seen it as low as, 10% off a list price back in the dark times. Right now, list price is the starting point.
Yeah, well,
quite honestly,
you always say put your best foot forward. I mean, in this market,
yes, absolutely,
for the past 24 months or so, something, you've been saying put your best foot forward.
Put your best foot forward, and that means don't go below list price if you really think you're going to buy that home.
Yeah, if you want it.
If you want it, you need to go list or above. You're not going to get a deal. There are no deals to be had. The Warsaw zip code, 46580, again, we said 29 days on market. 100.15% list to sale ratio, meaning the average 3-bedroom home in the Warsaw zip code is selling above list price. That bottom line, I'm not making these numbers up. I'm pulling the data out, and we're sharing that data. So when buyers, you got grandma and grandpa, and you got to start at 5% off the list price or 10% off the list price.
Yeah.
That's how you get it. That's how we did it in my day, Sonny.
Right.
Now I got to remember, I'm a grandpa now, right? So I'm that old gray hair, saying that. But the fact is, if I gave my grandchildren that same advice, they would never buy a home in today's market. The numbers tell you that. The numbers tell you that. So, when you're talking with an agent, when you're working with your agent, the agent is advising you on current market conditions. That's the benefit that we're bringing as an agent. We know what's going on.
Right.
We don't buy just or sell one house a year or one house every 10 years, right? It's a lot of houses. We're in the market every day, and we're in these competitive situations. Now, I'm not saying I win every single time. I don't. I sure wish I did, but I don't. But, and always isn't because, hey, I gave advice. You know, I gave the best advice. Sometimes I do. Sometimes the buyers take it. Sometimes they don't. All I can tell them is this is what the market is today. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to jack you. I'm not trying to jack the price up. Oh, right. But you get paid on commission. The higher it sells, the more you make. The difference between, you know, $1,000 worth of value or purchase price to you is not going to make me retire any sooner. Yeah, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is give you the advice so that you, if what you truly want is to win this property, let's win this property.
Yeah, and agents, I mean, the more battles, so to speak, that they win, then the more they're going to get paid. But
absolutely.
In this market, you're talking multiple offers on each property that's being put up for sale.
Absolutely.
And so you're not winning as much as, you know, maybe you want to.
You want to. And, you know, another short story. I listed one on Friday, Labor Day weekend. It was a lake property. Listed at $444,900. We got 3 offers within 12 hours.
Yeah.
2 of the offers started significantly above the list price, and it hasn't closed yet, so I can't say what it is.
Okay.
But all I can say is that property was in excess of 25% over list price.
Wow.
Cash, no inspections.
Yeah, man.
Cash, no inspections.
That's speechless.
Cash, no inspections.
Yeah, that's just unheard of.
Unheard of in this marketplace.
Yeah.
It's the way of the market. So,
all right. Well,
craziness.
What do we have currently out there?
So there are 54 homes on the market that are available, residential listings, non-lake. The good news is there's 22 of those between 100 and 200,000.
Wow.
So that is significantly improved from where we were before.
That has, yeah.
Okay, so there's 22 between 100 and 200,000. There are 10 between 200 and 300, 10 homes between 300 and 400, and 6 that are over 400,000. So what does all of that mean? Well, when the average sales price is 200, in general, you know, within the Warsaw zip code, that 46580. Now, this is the entire county, these 54 listings.
Right.
But the good news for buyers that are below 200 is that there are listings available to see. Now, again, being the old timer, comparing that 160 today, back 10 years ago or 15 years ago, that would have been an 80, right? I mean, they've doubled in value. So it's hard to say, but the good news is inventory in that price range is picked up this month. Doesn't mean it will continue next month, but it is picked up this month.
But we do have some new neighborhoods going in as well. And so, you know, hopefully we can alleviate some of these problems, the problems for buyers.
The problem for buyers, the challenge is, though, that these new homes that are being built are in the $300,000 price range.
Right, yeah,
so,
true. Yeah.
you know, it's not helping that first-time home buyer.
True.
And I get it from a builder's perspective, the value, the margin, the profit that you make on 120 just isn't there with material cost.
Yeah,
so
I get it.
It's tough. Till we get some existing homes on the market, we're going to have an issue.
Yeah, well, everything continues, and
yes, it does.
It's been a wild, crazy market. All right, your contact information?
Sure. Website's lakes-realtors.com. Phone numbers 574-834-1233.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. You've been listening to Real Estate in Real Time. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.